And a pleasant good evening, everyone. And it's regional South Elgin style championship night. It is right here. Here's truly Jeff Myers, James Hinkle, the legend that he is, and Kyle Bault, an Elgin legend, with us here on this night. And coach, it's going to be big guy against big guy, DeKalb against Jacobs. We should have a fun night.
Looking forward to it very much. When we asked the question, where's the beef? Look in the lane tonight. There's a good three. What would we say? 525 pounds in the lane going against each other tonight. That ought to be fun to watch.
Yeah, Davis at 245, and we'll get the rest of Fretwig.
We'll have Ryan Phillips, who'll be one of the starting guards. Had a great night 2 nights ago. Kyle Ross in there as well. Great ball handling ability. Also, Tim Randall will draw a starting assignment for the Golden Eagles. Tim Randall, a 6'2 senior. And we should also see big number 32 out there for the guys as well.
Nick Balcom.
Big Mr. Balcom, who also had the 10 points in the game. And then Mr. Wig, of course, who is all everything for Jacobs. And now this Barb team. Talk about Coach and Kyle. Talk about the Barb team we saw some 3 nights ago.
Go ahead, Coach.
So a very well-disciplined team, a well-coached team, a team that knows what it's trying to get accomplished on the court. And we saw an outstanding defensive effort by young Mr. Saucer from DeKalb on South Elgin's Matty Smith. Held him to practically nothing. So I'll be anxious to see who he matches up against, see if he takes on Phillips of Jacobs tonight, who seems to be the premier outside shooter for Jacobs.
Michael Pollock, who is involved in the 3-point shootout, and will continue to advance in that. Just announced Joey Saucer before that, and also Cole Tucker, Jr. is out there, and there's big Luke Davis, not as agile as some of the big men we've seen in the tournament.
They're very similar, though. Luke and Cameron very similar. Both huge, wide bodies. Both play in the post. They play with their back to the basket most of the night. Both have a nice touch around the rim. It'll be interesting to see who gets the better of that matchup tonight. I'm anxious to see Kyle. We'll go on one of my theories, which is probably going to be wrong, but my theory would say the team that takes the most threes will lose. The team that shoots the most free throws will win. We'll see which one attacks the other team's big man.
It's going to be interesting. Right there from the get-go. You see them both there right there in the middle. We're ready for action, Jeff.
Big Luke and Big Cam, a couple of big guys, beefy guys. Tip's going to be controlled by the Barbs. And that's going to be Cole Tucker opening things up. Good ball handling there. Luke Davis back to the basket. Luke one dribble, needs some help. He'll dish it back to Tucker. Tucker now to Saucer. Joey one dribble. Into the corner near side, it goes back to Cole Tucker. Tucker, top of the lane, bounce it down low. Too tough for Davis to handle. You see the configuration of bodies, and it's going to be a held ball situation. That means Jacobs will bring it up now.
Yeah, it'll definitely go to Jacobs. Tonight's referees are Pete Smock, Bryce Kane, and Mike Snodgrass.
You can guarantee they won't be playing 3 blind mice tonight. We've got an outstanding officiating crew in this game. That's what a championship game should have. Jacobs did a fine job on defense on their first possession. Let's see what DeKalb does.
Knock it away, going to be stolen. Stolen by Saucer, the defensive gem. Joey brings it up far side, deep into the right corner. Back out of the wing to Big Luke. Davis, backward dish it goes now to Tucker. Tucker dribble drive, no advantage. Brings it back out, wing popper, he'll take short. Rebound, Big Cam. Cam will outlet far side to Balcom. Nicholas across the timeline. Dish it near side, he will now to Ryan Phillips. Phillips with the 19 points the other night. Back to Nick, who had 10 points in the victory, 59-45 over Larkin. Near side dish, Kyle Ross. Bounce it down low to Big Cam. Can he spin, move in there? He will, and does not succeed. Rebound, Big Luke. Big man to big man. Outlet Tucker, he might go all the way in a crowd. He'll be fouled. Great acceleration that time by Tucker.
Really was. Took advantage, tried to get to the hole, and they're going to the free throw line. The first free throws of the game. I see Saucer's matched up against Kyle Ross, the three-point man who won the three-point contest tonight. One of them that's going to advance for the Golden Eagles. And they matched up Saucer with Ross, which is going to be an interesting matchup to see what he can do.
Tucker misses the first free throw line, toss we should say, from the line. Still no score, 6:38 remain, first quarter South Elgin, Illinois Regional Championship play right here tonight, wherever you might be watching and listening. Second toss for Tucker. Cole. This one will be there. Goes the shutout, 1-0.
Not going to be a lot of points tonight, I would predict.
All right.
Both teams play very well defensively. Both coaches emphasize the defensive end. Coach Roberts really puts high emphasis on that defensive end.
There's a turnover there.
As does Coach Al.
You saw it. You saw good pressure by the Barbs.
Absolutely.
Nick could not get it across the timeline. So that means at forecourt, near side, we will inbound, I believe.
Yep, called for a double dribble. The ball got away on his own, off his own dribble, went back, picked it up, started dribbling again.
Sauser slap the pumpkin, looks to inbound, does so. He'll get it into Cole Tucker. Tucker, dish it near side to Michael Pollock. Pollock, right, left. Now into the corner it goes. Bring it back out. Far side, Tucker, Cole, big Luke Davis. Boy, that's a nice range for the big guy, wasn't it?
Oh, that was a nice shot. He's going to pull Cam away from the basket a little bit. That's all to DeKalb's advantage. DeKalb is really trying to take advantage of the youth of Jacob's guards.
Stolen by Joey, the defensive specialist. Bounce it, he will. To Snow, back on the wing, land of three. Pollock, no, long carom, taken down by Cam, and he's probably fouled. Good rebound. 3-0 it is. Barbs 5:46. First quarter remaining.
Pressure's really hurting Jacobs right now. DeKalb has fine defensive full court pressure, and it's really showing with the sophomore guards.
Hey, there's Kale in now, guys, too.
There you got a junior in now.
Adam Kale, the 5'9 lad. Kale bounces across the timeline, far side to Ross. Ross between the circles. Big Cam, about 18 feet away from the hoop. He'll get backwards to Ross. Ross gets closer. Aliner will bank it. No. Rebound taken down by the Barbs. And they're off in a gallop again on the far side. Pollock through the traffic. Zigzags forward and backward. They'll set up shop at the 5:15 mark of this quarter. Leading by 3-0. Tucker. Snow. Sauser. Cole. Back it goes to Snow. Nick picks up the dribble. Backward dish. Joey. Near side now. To Tucker once again. Tucker into the lane. Will he get the shot away? Shovel it up. Air ball. Davis out of bounds. Saves it from going out of bounds. Good hustle there by the big guy. He's really agile, it seems, early in this one.
Good big men. Good big men.
Let's watch this move right now. Two big guys at work right here. Shot, no. Rebound, little guy, Sauser. Joey comes out with it. Joey in the corner, and it's good by Pollock. Wow. Pollock for a three, was it not, Kyle?
Yes, it was.
Wow. 6-0 Barbs lead. Jimmy Roberts for Jacob says timeout right there.
Sauser is so impressive for DeKalb, has been both games. And the big man has been agile in the post, got a couple shots off, brought Krutwig away from the basket and hit a 15-footer. This is going to be quite a battle. Sauser has completely shut down Ross at this point, and the big men are playing each other pretty equal right now, but I'd say DeKalb has the advantage at this point in time, but Cameron usually comes alive.
And Davis actually looks like a little bit different player than the other night. He was a little sluggish, didn't seem to move all that much. I use the phrase the tank a lot. He's been pretty agile here tonight. Totally different.
Oh, yeah. I think the first game of the tournament's always the toughest one to get through, and they're relaxed a little bit more tonight. I think you'll see DeKalb play better tonight than you saw him the first night.
Cooper Swartz is in there for Jacobs now, along with Kale. Kale was off the bench earlier, so Cooper's on his right. Kale to big Cam. Cam back to the basket. Kale thought about a pass down low, doesn't do it. He'll find Cooper Swartz wide open. Swartz for two on the assist from Kale.
Real defensive breakdown that time.
6-2, Barbs the lead. Barbs the basketball. 4:05, first quarter remaining. Taking their time on the setup here. Bounce it to big Luke. Luke spins around, lobs it tall, and it's going to be a foul. He wanted to get it tall to Tucker, and Tucker was kind of hit from behind. Kale the foul. Team second, that foul would be.
Tucker at 6'2" took Kale, who's at 5'9", into the post that time. DeKalb trying to exploit that mismatch.
So height is height no matter who has it.
You got it.
Here, near side, Joey. Back it goes to Cole Tucker. Barb's on top. They led 6-0 at that break. Now it's 6-2. Far side Snow. Big Luke. Luke coming out more active. Land of three. Top the key. Pollock. Rim it. No. Cam the board. Outlet to Kyle Ross. Ross across the timeline. No harassment there. This will be a good setup shot this time. See how they play it, Ross.
Fouls are on, Ross.
Near side, Swartz. Swartz to Kale. Working the weave out on top, coach. Big guy with it. Back to Kale. Kale will bullet pass it back out on the wing. Randall the shot. Yes. Randall for 3. 6-5. 5 points in a row by the Golden Eagles. And trail only by 1.
Nice offensive set by Jacobs.
Tucker. Momentum swinging towards Jacobs now. Big Luke. Luke looking to dish it backwards to Cole Tucker. Looking over the field very well is Luke Davis from that high point. To Joey. Joey bounces it. Luke's open and in. Davis for 2. He's got 4 points.
Excellent bounce pass into the post.
8-5 Barbs. Cooper Swartz to Kale. Kale across that timeline.
Kale has settled this Jacobs team down. Whoops, he almost gave it up.
Right IQ. Bounce it he does to Kyle Ross. Ross, left, right, top of the key, back to Kale. Big Cam, let's see what Cam does. He's double teamed there, as you can see by Davis, and also by Tucker. He'll ditch it to Kale. Kale into the lane. Will he shoot off balance shot? Yeah! Little guy with a 2-pointer there, coach.
Kale's really settled Jacobs down. Got in the flow of things. That timeout came. At the same time, Kale came in the game. And it's really changed fortunes around for Jacobs.
Barbs lead by 1, 8-7. They've led by as many as 6. Tucker. Joey down deep. Davis, big guy time right here. Oh, the old finger roll. The old Chamberlain move almost on that one.
That's with the right hand, too, and he's a left-handed player. That's outstanding to go with the other hand.
10-7. Barbs, quickly Swartz. Swartz, a big guy. Yeah. Turnabout fair play. Cam his first 2. 10-9 it is. Barbs by 1. 1:30 remain. First quarter. Winner will advance to play next Tuesday in Rock Valley. Bounce it out on top to Luke. Big Luke. They're going to get the shot away from Tucker. Tucker rims it. No. Karam comes out to Cam. Cam and a gallop. Will dish it and has it knocked away and almost stolen. Ross gets it back. Kyle Ross. Ross. Skip pass. Swartz land of 3. No. Rebound Luke Davis. 1 minute remain in the opening stanza. Outlet they do to Tucker. Tucker heads for the far right angle. Out on top. Pollock. Pollock kicks it himself. And there's a turnover by DeKalb. Opportunity for Jacobs to take their first lead of the night on this possession, Coach. Kyle.
Yeah, great opportunity here that both teams, like you mentioned, the defensive struggle is going to be tonight. I think that's going to continue throughout.
Now Kale's out of the game. Let's see what the sophomores do, bringing the ball down the floor now.
And into the ball game, number 22, Mason Materna for the Golden Eagles.
Mason looks for some help. He gets it to Nick, who's back in there. Malcolm is. Let's see if he can get it across the timeline. Nick will be double teamed at this point, does so far side. He'll need some help, spins around, he's trapped over there. Big Cam helps out Kyle Ross into the corner. Here's going to be Mason for 3, yes! Materna hits the 3, Kyle. 12-10, Jacobs' first lead.
They're 2 for 2 on the threes.
Half minute remaining here in the first quarter. It was 6-0 DeKalb, now 12-10 Golden Eagles. Final shot time they'll play for here. Tucker out on top. Tucker will dish it now to that Ahmad back in there for the first time tonight, the great defensive man. Get him. They go deeper in the bench. That's Robert Mitchell now. There's going to be a jumper by Pollock. It's short. Rebound taken down by Tucker, who flips it up and doesn't go. That's your first quarter right there. 1 quarter of play. It's the Golden Eagles of Jacobs High School 12. And the Barbs of DeKalb, 10 guys.
All righty. What a first quarter, Coach.
That was an outstanding first quarter. Jacobs falling down 6-0. Good timeout by Coach Roberts. And from that point on, outscored DeKalb then 12-4. So it's been a nice game. The turnovers, Jacobs settled down a little bit after some early turnovers. Got Kale in the game and changed the pace a little bit. And the big men are really fun to watch. Those are 2 good agile, big men. They're not just big, they're good.
And tonight's winner will advance to Rock Valley College Sectional, and they'll take on the winner of the McChesney Park Harlem Regional, which will feature going on right now is Rockford Auburn taking on Rockford Hononegah. And then out of that also into that sectional, the Crystal Lake winner and the winner of the St. Charles East Regional. St. Charles East right now got Batavia taking on St. Charles East. And over in the Crystal Lake South Regional, it's Crystal Lake Prairie Ridge, Rockford Jefferson in that matchup.
All right, Kyle, good work. We're getting ready for second quarter action just the way you envision it. Is it not, James Hinkle?
Absolutely. This is a great ball game. Both teams primed, both teams ready to play, both teams well coached. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Pollock, who has 3 points on the night, will inbound. He gets it to Cole Tucker, who has 1 point so far for the Barbs. Tucker, near side this time, into the lane, bounce off a body, picks up the dribble, needs some help. Looking, dishing backward to Pollock. Pollock brings it back out between the circles. Near side to Tucker. Tucker dribble drive, no advantage. He'll bring it back out into the lane. Far side to get him in there. Also Robert Mitchell, as we said. Here's a dribble drive off balance shot kind of by Pollock. Doesn't go. Karam's long. Taken down by Materna. Quickly outlet. They will to Kyle Ross. More confident showing of Jacobs right now. After the rugged start, they lead by 2. They've got the basketball. Both big guys, Davis, Big Cam are in there. Here's Big Cam, spin move. Yeah! Soft touch for Cam. He's got 4 points.
Very nice.
14-10 Jacobs. Tucker. Almost a travel there by Pollock around the horn. Mitchell, who was a good offensive night some 72 hours ago here. Not this time. Tucker. Ahmad, the basketball, bounce it to Big Luke. Luke does several dribbles there. Back it goes. They weave their wing out there. Can they get to the big guy? He cannot. Spins it backwards to Pollock. Good D by Jacobs. Pollock. Right corner, right angle, Big Luke. Way away from the, and there's going to be a timeout. We're getting a timeout being called at this moment. 6:29, second quarter remaining. 14-10 it is, Jacobs.
Jacobs' defense completely stymieing DeKalb right there. Coach Bianca took a timeout to try and get his kids settled down and into something. The defense has been outstanding, and both teams emphasized that.
Just a quick note, Kyle Bault, Justin Howard of South Elgin advanced in the three-point showdown. They'll advance to shoot another day. Michael Pollock, who we see out there, did as well. And also Kyle Ross and a freshman for Larkin High School, Pierre Black, advanced. No varsity ball this year, but a freshman advancing in the three-point.
Somebody from Larkin's moving on.
That's great. That is wonderful. Christian Negron, the great star for Larkin, enjoying the night with mom and family, watching the game. Here we go.
I think Christian's already on his third slice of pizza right now.
He's making Kyle hungry. Here's a dribble drive. Tucker, good drive, yeah! Cole Tucker for 2. He's got 3 on the night. 14-12, Barb's back within 2. Here they come, a great job that time. And there's going to be a shot by Cooper Swartz short from the corner. Rebound taken down by Mason, put up by Cooper Swartz. Nice follow-up that time by Cooper.
Good cut, good pass. That was outstanding.
16-12, Golden Eagles. Tucker wants to get offensive-minded here. Wants to get aggressive. Big Luke from 16 feet away. Rim it, no. Karam Ross. Kyle will bring it up. Gets words of wisdom from Jimmy Roberts. He will dish it off now to Balcom. Nicholas back to Ross. Ross to Mason. Return up. Will dribble 3 times with the left hand. He'll give it to Balcom. Nick in the corner has it knocked out of bounds by one of their defensive gems. But it will be Golden Eagles basketball, forecourt far side. Kyle Ross will do the honors. 5:30 remain in the first half. Slap of the basketball. He'll get it in now to Balcom. Nicholas, bring it our way, if you will. Out on top, thought about a shot there. Mason did. Materna can't do it. Backward dish. Far side, it's going to go down to Kyle Ross. Ross to Big Cam. Yeah, well, there's great range on that one. Front leg for a long distance J, if you will.
Both big men taking 15-footers the last 2 times, with Cam being successful.
18-12 it is. Golden Eagles up by that. They once trailed by 6. They now lead by that. Tucker. Pollock. Guarded by Cooper Schwartz there. Davis back to the basket. Dish it, he will. Angle right. Balcom on defense. Down to Pollock. Michael has Luke come out to give him a pick. Can he go around that? They're going to have nice defense there. And in the corner, lane opens up a little bit. Shovel shot doesn't go. Luke Davis is close. Lost it last touch by the Golden Eagles. Having trouble getting a good shot away are the Barbs right now, Coach.
Defense just been outstanding for Jacobs at this point.
Saucer and Snow back in for DeKalb.
And Ryan Phillips, number 14, returns for Jacobs. Cooper Schwartz sits down with a nice job of 4 points. Barbs inbound. They trail by 6. 4:25, first half remaining. Looking, dishing tall to big Luke. This might be out of his range, but Luke won't shoot from there. He goes to Tucker. Tucker with 3 points on the night. Tries to start the offense. He'll go around to pick. Wing popper about 15 feet away. No. Karam, Kyle Ross. Ross will bring it up. Ross far side, Ryan Phillips. Deep into the corner now to Randall. Randall will bounce it off a body part of a Barb.
DeKalb's been able to get that shot off the high pick by Davis. They get that 15-footer at will, but they can't put it in the basket. So it's like the operation successful, but the patient's dying. They're getting what they want. They just can't put the ball in the basket.
Ross will inbound. Kyle looking, tossing to Big Cam. Back it goes to Kyle. Not much room over there. They'll bring it out. Bounce it in between the circles, if you will. It goes to Balcom. Nicholas, near side dish. It goes Ryan Phillips, who was so hot 2 nights ago in the 59-45 victory over Larkin. In a crowd, there's a steal. This is a 1-on-2 breakaway. Let's see if Tucker goes all the way. He will and makes it. Great defense and good offense by Cole Tucker.
Too many dribbles by Cameron in the middle there. You can't put the ball down 3 times when you're in the paint.
18-14 Barbs within 4. And there's going to be probably a player control foul on that one.
You know, DeKalb won the game the other night on calls just like that. Not calls, but plays like that. That was an outstanding defensive effort. Yep. They really looked for that, to take that charge inside. That's excellent coaching and excellent execution by DeKalb.
Kale comes back in. Adam Kale will, number 2 out there, pint size.
Yeah, the other night they had, 3 probably in 2 minutes or less.
The last 2 minutes of the game, yeah.
3:30 first half remaining. 18-14 Barbs with basketball. They trail by 4. South Elgin, Illinois, we're at regional championship play here. Class 4A, State of Illinois, far side, dribble drive, good aggressive move, bullet pass to Davis, yeah! Luke with 8, great pass
There's
from
Davis
Tucker.
with the right hand again, isn't he? He's very versatile in there. I'm impressed with both big men.
Showing Division I college scouts.
Absolutely.
Versatility. Within 2 now the Barbs are. Kale, Ross, Randall back to Adam Kale. Kale, can he get to the big guy? He can't. It's kicked by Tucker.
Davis is definitely up to his game from the other night. Like you said, the first game jitters, and of course going against Cam Cretwood tonight. So Davis is a different player.
I'm sure Davis been reading about all the Division I offers that Cam's got, and Davis doesn't have any. So I'm thinking maybe after this game he'll get a couple.
Get a call.
He's got a little incentive out there going for him tonight.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll do it again. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Barbs. That means Kyle Ross will inbound. The senior will. Forecourt near side goes to Adam Kale. Kale looks over the situation. Near side dish back to Ross. Ross, Kale. Can he get a big Cam? Is 2 Cam far away? He is that time not. Doesn't do it. Shot doesn't go. Davis the board. Here comes the Barb. They could tie it up. The Barbs could on a conventional 2. Tucker to the hole. Tucker spin move. Tucker force it. No. But he'll draw a foul, it looks like, Kylan, Coach.
Yes, he will.
So he'll go to the free throw line. He can tie it up with a couple of free throws. How's your stomach, Coach?
You know what? My stomach's nervous tonight. I'm not even down there. This is really exciting time of year.
That foul was on Kale, his second.
Oh, my Lord.
That one slipped out.
That was a 13-foot shot from 15 feet away.
He wasn't quite ready to shoot it up there. It got away.
Oh, he's going to catch heck from the Jacobs crowd, could we call it? 120 kids from a school of 2,500 here.
That'll quiet them.
That's probably, they're probably all at home listening and watching us on TV.
Right. Of course they are.
The other 2,300 wanted to stay and listen to the broadcast.
18-17, Barbs within one. Kale with the mind wrapped around him for a moment there. Far side dish, it goes now to Ryan Phillips, who hasn't been able to get a shot away so far early. To Ross. Ross in the lane. Backward dish, angle right, Kale. Adam into that lane. Little guy, we'll lose sight of him there, won't we? Almost. See what we call, Coach Kyle.
Boy, if that saucer guarded me in high school, I would have been shut out in my career. Just like he's doing to Ross right now. He is one great player, and I imagine he doesn't get too many headlines anywhere, but that kid is outstanding basketball player.
Joey's wearing number 3 out there for the Barbs.
He called that foul, I believe, on number 32, Snow.
Mitchell in for the Barbs.
And he sits down.
They lob it tall. Randall, the big Cam. Cam, top of the lane there. Spin move, can he do it? Power, no. Rebound, Mitchell for the Barbs. They could take the lead with a conventional 2. Near side it goes to Joey, the defensive gem. Joey between the circles, back to Mitchell. Mitchell nearly travels. Back out on top.
No, he traveled.
No nearly about it.
It just didn't get called.
That 12 dragged quite a number of inches there. It's going to be an off-balance shot. Pollock, no. Cam the board. Alec Ross. 1:25, first half remaining. Golden Eagles up by 1. Phillips, big Cam, spin move. Not there, right there. He'll bring it back out, try again. Pass, skip pass near side to Kale. Little guy near the lane. He'll go back the other way. Phillips land of 3, yes! He was the game winner 2 nights ago, Ryan Phillips.
3 for 3 on the threes.
That inside-out action, that gives you a great look, and they're knocking them dead.
21-17. Golden Eagles up by 4. Davis, wait for somebody to come and get that basketball. Bounce it, he will. It's going to be Saucer. Will Saucer shoot? No. Pollock, angle left. Pollock right side, he'll take a 3.
They can get that shot anytime they want. They just can't put it in the basket.
Here comes Cam on the fast break to Ross. We're down to 35 seconds on the timepiece first half. Ross to big Cam. Cam might have travel. He did. He kind of looked over the situation, didn't he?
Yep.
So it's 21-17. Golden Eagles on top. Barbs will bring it up.
Anytime the Barbs come off that high screen by Davison there, they get that 15 to 18-foot shot, but they haven't made one yet. So it's been effective defense for Jacobs to give that shot up so they don't give up anything any tighter.
Tucker, Cole, final shot time this should be. 18 ticks on the timepiece. Tucker in trouble. Restabilizes backward and forward, sideways and sideways. He's going right now.
Now you might ask what a 5-second count amounts to, and you know what? I never could figure that out.
Here comes Big Luca against Cam. Rejected by Cam. Cam wins out from 3-quarter court. That is your first half right there. He touched the rim. You heard the reaction. Good D by the big guy, Krutwig, the 6'8", 270-pounder. And that is your first half with the Golden Eagles, Jacobs High School 21. And the Barbs of DeKalb High School, 17.
All right, they're going into the locker room, Coach. What do you think adjustments either team has to make right now?
Well, right now, the defense has been so good on both sides that I don't know if DeKalb will look to get it in closer or if they'll just say, okay, when we set this high post screen, we're getting our 15, 16-foot shot. They're going to start falling. They might take that approach. They just keep running what you're running. On the other end, as long as Jacob settles down, it looks like Kale's been a big influence. When he comes in, they settle down with their ball handling. And Jacob's been able to go into the paint and kick it out. And they haven't taken many threes, but they've been deadly with them tonight. And they've been doing it the way it needs to be done. I'm impressed with both teams right now. I think that the big men are putting on a show. It's been fun to watch.
Davis and Krutwig are definitely putting on a good show, and we hope Davis stays as calm as he was at that first half. I think it's going to come down to those two big guys here in the second half.
Yeah, I don't know if either one can get the other in foul trouble. They both are playing pretty well defensively against one another. They pushed the other one out a couple times for perimeter shots. Each one has hit a 15-footer to make the other one pay for that. Looking down now at all the fans in Jacobs getting their picture taken, it looks like the entire student body that's here can get taken in one picture on the floor. So we do have 21 cheerleaders here. I counted them when they're out there. It looks like
they're all 21.
Yeah, we got 21 cheerleaders for. That's about a cheerleader for every 3 or 4 fans. So they're headed up by Jess Pfeiffer, who's their cheerleading sponsor. I think she was voted cutest cheerleading coach in the Fox Valley Conference. I'm not sure. But
you in on that vote?
That was voting among the coaches, right?
There's a straw poll.
That's great. Let's look at some point totals while we're here, guys. Luke Davis leads the way for the Barbs with 8 points. Again, the Barbs had the 6-0 lead to start the game. 6 for Tucker. We see 3 for Michael Pollock. And that is pretty much your tote there. We're going to check that for a couple more. That's your tote right there for those guys. It was 12-10 Jacobs at the quarter break, and now 21-17 here at the half. Big Cam has 6 for the Golden Eagles. We see 4 for Cooper Swartz off the bench. Tim Randall has a 3. Mason Materna has a 3. Adam Cale has a 2-pointer. And also Ryan Phillips has 3. So, again, in the game against Larkin, Jimmy Roberts really got into his kids and said, come on, let's handle that basketball. That was really a key halftime, kind of in the face, was it not, for a coach?
I think he was rather stern at that halftime. Actually, right now, I don't think either team is going to make a lot of adjustments because they're both playing defensively very well. And I don't know what they're going to do to account for that. As I said, if I'm from DeKalb, I'm saying, okay, we can get that 15-footer, and we'll take it, and we're going to start putting them in. If I'm on Jacob's side, they're getting it into Krutwig, and we've gone back outside for a few threes, and as long as they can beat the pressure, which is the key, if the Jacobs guards can beat the pressure, Jacob's going to win the game. If they can't, DeKalb's going to win the game.
And just a quick reminder, tonight's winner advances to the Rock Valley College Sectional in Rockford. Those looking to attend, that'll be at 3301 North Mulford Road there in Rockford. So again, the winner of tonight's action taking on the McChesney Park Harlem Regional champion, and then also the Crystal Lake South Regional and St. Charles East Regional. Those 4 winners will advance. Play on Tuesday, the first 2 on March 8th. Second game on March 9th with the championship game on Friday the 11th. That winner there will then advance to the Hoffman Estates Super Sectional to be held at the Sears Center on Tuesday, March 15th.
And I hope you guys are at those championships next week, because I'll be out in California at Santa Anita Racetrack, and I'll want to tune in and see what's going on in the games.
Any particular horse we should be watching for? While you're watching us, we should be watching you.
I'm checking to see if there are any Derby prospects out there. There's some big races next Saturday, and I'll be at Santa Anita, and that's the one. That's one of the many blessings of not having to coach right now. I'm enjoying this life. I'm enjoying up here. Coaching from up here is a hell of a lot easier than it is down there.
I'm sure you had a few nights when you're down there coaching going, boy, I wish it was in Santa Anita.
I wish I was in Santa Anita.
Good work, guys. James, we appreciate you, Coach, being with us, because it's added a lot to the fun that is the broadcast. You had one of your youngest fans. Was that a grandson that came over? Somebody came over and said hello to you.
That was young Mr. Christian, a friend of ours. His mom used to be the cheerleading coach. She was primarily the prettiest. Yeah, she used to be the prettiest cheerleading coach in the Fox Valley.
Get yourself in trouble, Coach.
and they're just good friends of mine. And he just thought he'd stop by and say hi.
That's great. Great indeed it is. 21-17. the lead for Jacobs right here as we talk with you at the halftime.
His name, by the way, is Jacob. He was named after the school.
Really? Oh, that's a great honor. That's a tremendous honor.
Yes, he was.
That is great. Thank heavens you weren't coaching at Chicago Weber or something.
His brother's name is Bradley. His mom went to Bradley University.
Oh,
So, you know, they're expecting a third child. I don't know.
Oh, gosh, they could go to any school
they can't name him Northeast Missouri State. That's where I went.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Now, isn't it? Yeah, Nemo's now.
Father's from Eastern, so I don't know what they're going to call.
That's great.
Third one.
Oh, the stories that we have. James Hinkle and company. Tell you what, we'll take a quick timeout, guys. We'll be back with the second half right here. The excitement of South Elgin High School and regional championship play. Back after this. All right, we get ready for second half action coming our way. 21-17 the count with Jacobs on top. Coach and Kyle.
Both teams really playing it close to the vest. I'm anxious to see if any team decides to let her rip or if we just have this methodical play all the way. They're really playing it close to the vest. Neither team is forcing shots. They're being very patient. Neither team trying to run a whole lot. It's just been an outstanding defensive battle and a half-court game for the most part. And I'm anxious to see if someone tries to step that up and make it into more of a full-court game or if they stay on this half-court game.
And that just may wind up being that team's Achilles heel. I mean, just what we saw here so far, they've been very conservative. They tried to pack it in.
Yep.
They tried to move the ball around, stay with the defense. And, you know, if they get outside of that norm, unless they hit that first 1 or 2 shots, then they get a little bit more incentive that says, hey, we can open this up and we'll see what happens. But I think they're going to stay pretty conservative.
I would say the same thing.
All right, so Jacobs will have Randall, Big Cam, Kyle Ross, Phillips, and also Nick Balcom. That would be the 5 for the Golden Eagles. Open things up here in this second half. Looking inbound, they get it to Big Cam.
We got the 2 sophomore guards in again for Jacobs, so let's see what happens.
And we'll see Kale, we would think if any trouble arises. Out on top of the basketball, it's Balcom. Far side for Big Nick. Into the corner, Ross, Big Cam. Cam double teamed. He'll angle out, angle left to Phillips, down to Big Cam on the give and go. If you will, and it's a 2-pointer for Cam.
Very well run play.
6-point advantage once again. Second time they've led by 6 for Jacobs. Down low, Pollock, is he open? Reverse it up and in. He might have took a gallop, but it was a great pass.
That was a great pass and a great reverse layup. He went in there, went right by Cam.
Whoa.
23-19. Jacobs on top by 4. Just underway. Second half play right here in South Elgin, Illinois in high school, if you will. Phillips. Ryan. Ooh, it knocked out of bounds.
Quick hands there by Saucer.
Indeed.
Each team with one shot, a layup. Each team so far. So true to form right now.
Kyle Ross will inbound, forecourt, far side. Ross, look at the basketball. He'll dish it in to Randall. Back it goes to Kyle. Back to Randall. Randall. Back out on top. Kyle, long jumper by Ross. No, but big Cam. Who is going to be? He fouled. Cam fouled, it looked like.
He pushed off.
Push off on the big guy. Is that the way you saw it, Coach?
No, but I think the official was probably right. I'm a little prejudiced.
Well said.
That was a long three. That was out of character for the team so far. That was more than 19-9. That was maybe 22, 23 feet on that three-point shot. That might be Ross's first shot. He's probably getting tired of Saucer in his face all night.
Here once again, Pollock. What do we see? Going to be another foul whistle. Pollock on his way to the hoop, ended up on the court.
See, there's a difference. First, we have one team taking a 22-footer, and then the other team comes down and tries to get to the rim. So let's see if that continues or how the philosophy goes in the rest of this game.
Phillips the foul, mopping up the wet spot. The Barbs will inbound. Cole Tucker will do so. He's trailing by 4, his squad is. Looking, dish it he does. Gets it back to Pollock. Pollock and Tucker can shoot from outside. Pollock dribble drive. He'll take the wing popper. Great.
Nice.
Great form that time by Pollock. He's
nice
out.
pull.
He's got 7. 23-21. The Barbs come out with 2 consecutive baskets. Ryan Phillips hasn't shot much here tonight as well. To Ross. Ross spins to Cam. Cam near side. Angle right. It goes now back to Ross. Ross dribble drive in the lane. He'll need help. He'll go to big Cam. That's a good place to go. Cam says, I'm going to spin, I think. And he gets it. Boy, that was sheer girth. Sheer power, was it not, Coach?
Really a nice move by Cameron in the middle.
That big college move on that one.
It was.
No question about it. 25-21. Jacobs. Luke back to the basket. Joey. Pollock. Pollock's been shooting lately. He's got a couple baskets. Spin move by him. His shot short. And the rebound taken down by Randall. Randall to Ross. Ross in forecourt. Barbs lead by 4. Big Cam in a crowd. Shovel shot. Phillips land a 3. Yeah! Phillips for 3. His second 3.
I don't think Jacobs, what is Jacobs now? 4 for 5?
4 for 5.
And there's a quick timeout. 28-21. Jacobs the lead. 5:18, third quarter remaining. Nice 3 by Ryan.
Absolutely. That inside-out action can't be beat.
It's the 7-point lead now.
Jacobs got both the inside and outside game going here real early with Cameron in the middle with the great moves, and then that collapsing and get it out to the three-point shooter with the wide open look. That was a nice look. Now that was the basic 19 feet, 10-inch three-point shot.
You're endorsing that 3 on that one, Coach?
Inside out, I always
Even
do.
before it went in, you're endorsing that 3.
Inside out.
Yeah, all right.
If you come inside out, that's the best shot in the world.
Great. All right, here they'll break huddle. Big Cam, Ross out there. Ryan Phillips, Tim Randall, Bolcom. Same 5 that came back out to start the second half. Pollock will inbound for the Barbs. Pollock, a 6'3" senior, gets it to Cole Tucker. Tucker, a junior. Tucker hasn't shot much lately. Nearly travels, needs help. To Luke. Luke hasn't shot at all lately. Davis will take the wing popper. No. Karam taken down by Bolcom.
Not what Coach Al was looking for.
Nick. Nope. To Ross. Ross, the runner. Yeah.
Big bucket by the senior.
He's feeling it now, aren't they? Ross gets the 2.
That might be his first points of the game tonight. That was a big bucket.
That was. 30-21, Jacobs Down low, they throw it away. Davis saves it to no one. It's going to be Jacob's ball. They look confident early to start the third quarter, but the Barbs have fallen out of their game plan now. 30-21. Jacobs on top.
Big possession here for both teams.
Bounce it near side. Ryan Phillips. A couple of threes for Ryan. To Randall. To Big Cam. Spin move. Baker, yeah! They're feeling it now. Rock Valley, they're thinking, here we come. 32-21, 4:10, third quarter remaining. Timeout right there by Coach Al Biancalana.
Krutwig taking over the game inside right now, boys.
He's got 12 points on the night, Kyle.
It's amazing how they're going to keep on doing this, because right now, Jacobs is definitely taking control of this game and has got the Barbs kind of discombobulated.
Absolutely. When Jacobs goes inside to Krutwig, if he gets doubled, he's going to hit that open man out. If not, you can't stop him with one man. You just can't. He's better than the rest of them. So it's quite an offensive weapon. And when Jacobs uses Cameron that way, they're really good. They're really hard to beat.
I think they're definitely going to have to start going to him, like you said, more often in the paint, force it down inside here. Because I think eventually he's going to wear Davis down.
I think it's, at this point, it looks like that's already happened, but we'll see. A lot of game to go yet.
32-21, Jacobs on top. The winner again will play next Tuesday. Always fun to continue winning ways, isn't it, Coach?
This has been a fun game to watch. Let's hope. Well, again, I'm prejudiced. We'll see how it goes.
But you enjoy your basketball and appreciate the Barbs, so it's all right.
Absolutely.
Inbounding Pollock.
You like good basketball, right?
Absolutely.
Pollock to Tucker. Going to have to get some outside shooting, you'd think, from these guys. The big Luke. Luke still far out. Pollock land of three. That's what we talked about.
That was a big bucket for DeKalb. And they can get that coming off that high screen anytime they want. It's just a matter of whether they can knock them down.
Back within 8. Big Cam will take a long for him.
Three.
Oh, my heavens. How many threes does he have in his career?
I don't know. I don't think that was the time for another one. We'll see.
Tucker dribble drive. They'll take the land of three over there. Rim it. No. Cam the board. Cam the outlet. It goes to Balcom. Nicholas in forecourt. Randall, right side. Back angle right, it goes to Balcom. Now to Kyle Ross. Randall, tippy toes. Bullet bounce pass down low. Back to Randall. Randall will be short with that. Rebound tapped around, taken by Pollock. He might go coast to coast. Michael Pollock will make it. He's got 12. Pollock to come back. 5 points in a row. 32-26. Barbs down by 6.
A little pressure defense now by the Barbs.
Nick. Bullet pass. Phillips. In the lane. Phillips backward dish. 2:50 remain here in the third quarter. The Barb fans on the far side and standing as one. The student section. Phillips. Ryan, dribble drive, off balance shot, no rebound, taken down by Joey, the defensive specialist. He might shoot on this one. He will stop and pop. Holy cow!
Timeout, Jimmy.
Suddenly the Barbs are back in it. Not timeout yet. They've scored 7 in a row, 32-28. Pressure. Randall, Balcom, 2:20 remain third quarter. Great timeout it was for the Barbs. They've gotten back into it. Ross, Balcom, 15-footer. No! Karam taken down by they battle for it. Held ball situation. Arrow points towards DeKalb. What a sequence of action, Coach James Hinkle.
Yeah, Jacobs had it all going their way. I think Cameron got a little. When he took that three, it was like, oh boy, that was a big shot. If it goes in, it's a backbreaker, but as it is, it really ignited DeKalb now, and they're on fire. So, what a game.
Schwartz and Materna, and you can see what else came in. Had 3 substitutions there for the Golden Eagles.
It's going to be Lava. It's going to be a turnover here. It's over and back with that.
Jacobs' defense comes through when they had to. That was a big possession.
Yep.
So they'll inbound on that far side. They lead by 4, 32-28. A mini run here, 7-0 run by the Barbs have gotten them into it, back into it after they trailed by 11. Kale, near side dish, Cooper Swartz. Down deep, far side, Kyle Ross. Back outside to Mason. Mason will dish it, angle left, Cooper Swartz. Swartz has hit a couple of two-pointers on the night. To Materna. He'll do his dribbling act. 1:25 on the third quarter timepiece. Far side, Kyle Ross. Ross spin. Ross dish it in the corner to Mason. Back out to Kyle. Good ball control here. Kyle forward and backwards. Bounce it near side now to Cooper Swartz. Swartz looks down low, doesn't see it. He'll bring it back out. Head for the far side. Pollock on his trail. In the lane. Bounce it down low. It's stolen by Luke Davis.
Great defense by DeKalb. That Salzer's an animal on defense.
To Tucker. Tucker down deep. Shot. No. But what is it going to be called? Against Jacobs. It's going to send. Was that Robert Mitchum with the shot? No, that was Nick Snow with the shot. He'll go to the line for two, Cal.
And that foul is called on Krutwig, his second.
Wow, 53.9 seconds remaining in this third quarter, which early belonged all to the Golden Eagles. But now the Barbs have come back. Big free throws here. First one's good. Snow with 1 point.
In this quarter, it was a great timeout by Coach Al Bianca. In the second quarter, it was a great timeout by Coach Roberts. Each one has inspired their team, giving them what they need to get back in the ballgame.
8 points in a row for the Barbs, Coach and Cal. Second toss for Snow, the 6'3 senior. This one, good. They're back within 2. They trailed by 11.
Mitchell back in for DeKalb.
Mitchell.
Here comes full court pressure.
Looking, it's going to be dish it in near side Ross. Ross far side Phillips. Phillips in forecourt on that far side. Phillips heads for the hoop. Shot, no. Tip, yes.
Krutwig.
Krutwig for 14. Ends a 9-0 run by the Barbs. 34-30. 35 seconds, third quarter remaining. Tucker far side. Tucker around the pick. Tucker spin move. Can he get the shot away? Tucker cannot. He'll go to Joey. Joey almost trips. To Pollock with 23 seconds on the timepiece. In the third quarter, Pollock, backward dish. Under 20, far side Davis with 16. Davis cradles with 14. Davis lobs back to Tucker with 10 seconds on the timepiece.
Tucker, the high screen.
And there will be a quick timeout. Or we get a foul.
Foul. Team.
Ross the foul.
On Ross.
No harm there in that situation.
Materna back in now for
Krutwig. Cam's going out for an extra 6.9 seconds and a timeout.
Well, he doesn't want him to pick up a foul here, I think, with 6 seconds to go.
34-30.
But let's see if they get it into Davis right now.
Yeah.
They got time. Now let's see if they can take it into Davis because he's got quite an advantage.
Randall's guarding him. Here it is. Let's see how they do it. They lob it tall to Davis. There's your answer right there. Coach couldn't do it. Fingertips didn't do it. They get a final shot away here. 3 seconds remain. 1.5. Shot. No! Didn't go. Randall the miss. And that's your third quarter with the Golden Eagles of Jacobs. Hang on there, Coach.
That was interesting.
Did you bring your stomach medicine with you?
DeKalb recognized the mismatch right away, tried to go into the big man, and they ran past, and Jacobs almost made him pay by getting the coast to coast there by Randall. Great finish to a great quarter.
34-30, Golden Eagles on top. It was 21-17 at the half. Golden Eagles.
Hang on to your hats. It's going to be an exciting fourth quarter here at South Elgin High School.
Oh, you know, at the end of this game, again, we talked about this earlier in the tournament. If I'm on the losing end of this, I am miserable for months. Like I said, I spent 39 years being miserable. I was as I say, 35 years I was miserable at the end of the year. The other 4 years, I was just glad it was over. But, it's so hard when you lose that last game of the season. It's so hard, and it's going to be so hard for whichever team has to go home because they're both winning ball clubs. They're both outstanding ball clubs with outstanding coaches, and there can only be one winner, though.
All right. It's Materna, Big Cam back in there, Kyle Ross, Randall, and Ryan Phillips. Your 5 for the Jacobs Golden Eagles.
Fasten your seatbelts, folks. Here we go.
Randall will inbound. Randall looking, Big Cam. Cam says, I'll dribble in the forecourt, but help me out. To Phillips. Golden Eagles up by 4. Top of the key, Cam. Backward dish to Randall. Randall guarded by Robert Mitchell. Randall to Balcom. Balcom. Far side, Ross. Ross guarded by the defensive specialist to Big Cam. Cam, dish it backwards, he does. What are they trying to do here, Coach? Looking for a good shot.
They're trying to get it in. It's just that. They're trying to get it into him, but
Stepped on the
end line. But they were being very patient, trying to get it into Cameron, and they did what they wanted to, except he just, bad step.
Mitchell inbounds. Tucker with the basketball. A 3 would bring the Barbs within 1. Double high post. Far side, and we hear a whistle away from that shot. Let's see what it was. Ryan Phillips, the foul, it looks like, Kyle and Coach.
It was before the ball went up, so take it out of bounds.
So the Barbs will inbound.
We got 0 fouls on DeKalb right now, 5 on Jacobs. That's going to play into things as we get here at the end.
Here's going to be Tucker. Tucker, can he get the big Luke? Luke hasn't shot in a while.
There's that right hand again.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed.
3 times tonight, Coach.
Both big men have been so
He only has
impressive.
5 baskets. 3 have come from the offhand. 34-32 in forecourt. Big Cam.
Don't
looking,
shoot the 3,
skip.
Cam.
Tough pass. Phillips was fouled by Pollock, most likely.
Yep.
That was a tough pass right there from
That was,
Big Cam.
that was fortunate that it got through, tell you the truth.
6:52 remain in regulation. It's a 2-point lead for the Golden Eagles. They have led by as many as 11. And the Barbs have led by 6 at 1 point. Lob it tall, Big Cam back outside, around the horn. It's going to be a ball come for 3, rim it, no. The board comes to Tucker. Tucker all the way. Tucker, you will go all the way. Shot no. Another foul against the Golden Eagles.
And it's going to put DeKalb in the bonus right now.
That was a good aggressive move by Tucker.
Or they're not on the next foul. They'll be in the
next
bonus.
one, yeah.
I'm sorry.
So Tucker will inbound underneath his own hoop.
Materna back in.
Randall out.
Which actually, with only 1 foul, DeKalb could be at a disadvantage. If they're losing
they're trailing,
with
yeah.
a minute to go, they got to foul 6 times before Jacobs goes to the foul.
Pollock landed 3, Coach, not the air ball. And over the back, it is going to be Tucker. That's the 3-point shot you don't like in that situation, Coach.
No, that was not inside out. You know, they could have got a lot better than that.
Ross has it knocked out of bounds. Do it again. Golden Eagles 34. The Barbs of DeKalb 32. 6:28 remain in regulation.
Pressure.
Ross double teamed, and he's going to be fouled from behind. They do have some fouls to play with. We're seeing right now.
Yeah, they do. And in fact, they're better off if they get closer to that, because you don't want to be really at the minute to go and have to foul 6 times to put the team on the foul line if, in fact, you're behind. So
Mason will inbound. Balcom.
sophomore ball handler
Balcom
now.
double teamed here. They get
Nice
four
job.
Point,
Well
done.
done. Oh,
And a foul
way to take it to the hole.
against the Barbs. Yeah, Ross will be fouled.
That's on Saucer, I believe. That might be his second.
Fouls on DeKalb, number 25, Davis. His first.
It's actually Biggie Luke draws that, Kyle.
Yep.
So Kyle Ross will shoot 2 shots. His 2 points on the night. The first one no good. These free throws,
Crucial.
they can be tough on you. 34-32, lead still by 2 for the Golden Eagles.
I'm not on the bench and I'm not at the foul line. My stomach's bouncing up and
I
down.
tell you, it's the excitement of the broadcast booth as well, Coach.
There you go.
And he has 3 points for Ross. Now 35-32. The Barbs could tie with a long tray. Tucker, we should say Cole Tucker. Far side, Pollock. He's got Mitchell on his right. Pollock, offensive minded. Oh, off balance shot doesn't go. Luke Davis fell up. No. Rebound Mitchell. Yeah. 3 attempts at the boards.
That was good intensity by DeKalb. Stayed right with it.
4:35.
Senior with the ball.
Big Cam
That's
in
it.
forecourt.
Use the big man to break the pressure. Good idea.
5:40 regulation time remaining. Big Cam down deep. Around the horn they work it. Kale back in there. Kale has it knocked away, but Big Cam gets it. It might be a shot time. Back to Kale. And it's a steal. This could give the Barbs the lead. And does. Tucker the 2.
Timeout probably, Jacob.
The Barbs lead by 1.
Nope.
Timeout there, 36-35. DeKalb trailed by 11 in the third quarter. They now lead by 1 with 5:18 remaining.
Oh, boy.
Coming down.
March Madness. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. You 2,300 Jacob students that didn't make it to the game, you don't know what you're missing.
You live and die on every play from here on out.
Absolutely.
Exciting action, Jeff. Nonetheless, right here, we want to thank fine folks at Beacon Academy, Ben Erickson, Tom Bocephus, and the young student staff here, and of course all the staff here at South Elgin High School to put this regional action on for us tonight. Great accommodations, great seating, and again, thanks to Beacon Academy for having us along.
And most likely, Ben Erickson will pass this video to the McHenry cable so you can, as you come back from Santa Anita, you can watch yourself at home.
Well, if you're going through withdrawals, you can watch it again and again and again.
Yeah.
See if the outcome changes.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Golden Eagles, Kale back in
We
there.
got Kale in the game now. He settled him down in the first half. Let's see what happens here.
Kale. Across that timeline. His squad trails by 1. 5:05 remaining in regulation. Kale handling the basketball a lot here. Big Cam down deep. Cam bounces to Phillips.
Wonderful.
Yes. Ryan Phillips for 2. He's got 8 points.
They knew exactly what they wanted to do and executed superbly.
Golden Eagles back by 1, 37-36. Tucker, Pollock. Pollock, the defensive man, almost think about shooting there. And now it's a big guy Luke down low. He missed it. Battle forward. Stolen back by Mitchell. Let's see what we call. I think Mitchell got it and then was fouled. Luke Davis missed a puppy down low on that one, Coach.
Great execution by DeKalb again. Again, that's one of those,
The set plays out of the timeouts are great.
Operation successful, patient dies deal. That play was executed perfectly, but they missed the bunny. So we'll see if what happens on the free throws.
You've been watching too much of Days of Our Lives in the daytime anymore, young man.
Now comes the critical part, the one-on-ones.
Got it. Mitchell has 3.
That's huge.
We're tied at 37.
Could we be looking at overtime here, Jeff?
I certainly. We got enough tape, don't we, guys? We don't use tape anymore, Coach. Second toss. No. Rebound. Hustled. Taken down. Mitchell's got it.
Poor box out effort there. That was a
Pollock
misstep.
does it. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was good hustle by DeKalb.
Set up shop again. 4:25 remain regulation.
Shouldn't happen.
All tied up. Luke Davis with the basketball. Back to Pollock. Oh, that's an incredible poor shot. But it must have been touched by Ross. Ross touched
he was a little off. It was not a good shot. He got bailed, but the ball was tipped out by Jacobs.
So the Barbs will inbound. Tucker looking. Cole will dish to Pollock right off the bat. His shot short. Rebound battle for.
Boy,
He's shooting quick. Kale. Here comes the Golden Eagles.
Couple ill-advised shots.
And they take the lead back. 4 minutes remain. Tied at 37. Kale with the basketball. A lot of dribbling for him in the last couple possessions. Down deep, Big Cam. Spin move time. You better believe it with a pass. Going to be, bounced off a
Great
Golden
play.
Eagle.
Who made that play?
I think it's Tucker or Pollock.
I think that was 11.
Tucker did it.
That was a great play. I wish Cam would have just taken the ball to the basket. He didn't need to pass that out.
It's just shot time on those close ones, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, when he's that close, he needs to put it in.
3:40. Pollock, Mitchell. Far side, Joey. Lob it tall to Big Cam.
Nice defense.
Cam. The long pass didn't work that time for the Barbs. Once again, Kale in his dribbling routine here. You've seen it a lot lately. Bounce it to Ross. Ross trying to get a little positioning. Ross forward and backward. Ross, angle left. Man falls down. Ross will take an off-balance shot. Short. Cam board. Oh! Luke Davis the board. Oh my heavens, you heard the reaction. Big Cam missed a puppy. Here comes Tucker. No! Rebound Cam.
Taking turns at missing easy shots.
Outlet Kale. It's a wild senior. We hear a whistle. Timeout. 2:59 remain. A wild scene it was there, Coach. We're still tied at 37.
Catch your breath.
Man, that looked like one of your old gym classes for a while.
Oh, boy. Both teams getting the ball right to the rim and couldn't finish. So, you know what? There's a little pressure in this game right now. This is exciting, and they're feeling. Both teams are feeling it right now. The defense is staying stout. The offense a little shaky.
We're all tied. What can you say? Everything you thought it would be. Certainly, we're appreciative of being able to deliver all the good action to you on this night.
Again, the winner advances to Rock Valley Community College to play next Tuesday night.
I think if they go up against, either team, Hononegah or Auburn, which Auburn is probably favored in that game, I think they're going to need more than 37 points to win that game. But this game, we knew this was coming. Both teams very similar styles, both defensive oriented, both half-court oriented. So we knew this was the kind of game coming, and it has measured up to all the expectation. What a great championship game.
So here we go.
2:59.
He will be in forecourt. Far side, Randall in there now, the big Cam. And the Golden Eagles will set up shop.
We got our sophomore guards back in. Let's see what they can do.
Balcom, Nicholas, Ryan Phillips, big Cam, spin move. It's his shot time. Short. Davis the board.
Well, they got it where they wanted to get it.
The outlets to Tucker. And Cole took his eye off the ball. Defensive specialist took his eye off the ball. You saw that right there. Turnover by the bar.
Yes, he did.
Lots of nerves, as you were saying, Coach. Lots of intensity out there.
And he just earned himself a seat on the bench on that one.
Yes, he did.
One of those nights where whoever makes the winning shot is forever in school history annals. Balcom, Ryan Phillips, crowded underneath. You can see it. Big Cam comes out. Back to Phillips. It opens up the lane, does. Cam. Balcom. Kyle Ross. Ross to Randall. Randall, near side Ryan Phillips. Lob it tall, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by a scrapping Michael Pollock. They'll inbound underneath their own hoop. Great intensity here. No question about it.
Outstanding.
Never has defense been so exciting, or the lack of scoring been so exciting. How about that? Look at the crowd move there. Did you see that? Bounce it. It's going to be taken on the far side by Balcom. We're down to 2:04 on the timepiece. We're tied at 37. Nicholas, dribble drive, popper. It's good. Balcom with a two-pointer that went.
Big bucket by the sophomore guard.
He's got 4. Golden Eagles by 2, 39-37, 1:45 remain in regulation. Pollock, Mitchell, Kadim. Doesn't usually shoot. Let's see if they get it to Tucker. They do. Tucker or Pollock or the big guy Luke is what you're looking for shot-wise, with a follow-up board by Mitchell if it comes to that. Timeout, Big Al. Al Bianciano says that's our timeout. 1:30 remain in regulation. Golden Eagles by 2.
I imagine we're going to see a high screen by Davis. See if they can get that shot by one of their guards. If not, when Davis rolls down, they'll try to go inside to him. But Jacob's been straight man-to-man defense the entire game. Don't be surprised. I've seen Coach Roberts numerous times this year in a situation like this. Don't be surprised if they come out with a zone. They haven't shown it the whole tournament. And it would be a maneuver I've seen him use before when he's used man-to-man the entire game. And all of a sudden they got the lead late. Other team takes a timeout, and Jacobs will switch defenses. So I'm anxious to see if that happens or if they stay in that straight man-to-man.
I think when they come back out, you're going to see Davis going down low. They're going to try to get that ball down inside to him and go against Kretwig. But I like your idea when they come out with that zone defense and really trip DeKalb up, and it may be difficult for them to get down the field with it.
I'm anxious to see what happens here.
All right, that sets the stage for us. Barbs with the basketball. They trail by 2. 1:30 remain.
And as you can see, Davis down low there right now.
Pollock will inbound, forecourt, far side. They must score to tie it up. Have at least a conventional 2. There's the inbound.
And Jacobs in there man-to-man.
All right, so they thought about it but didn't do it. Mitchell, backward dish. Trouble here. Big Luke, well away from the bucket. Backward it goes now to Tucker at the 1:15 mark. Pollock out on top. Spin move by him. Off balance shot. Banker. In and out. In and out. Rebound. Let's see what we call. It's in a crowd right now.
Possession DeKalb.
The Barbs will retain. Held ball. Is that what we saw, Kyle?
Yep.
That was quite a tussle in the paint, as you saw.
Ball rimmed in and out.
Break.
Yeah, spun back out, rimmed out. Too much oomph on it. The Barbs will have it. We're being told, Kyle, you said, and
Yes.
Coach.
It's a jump ball, possession DeKalb.
Wet spot there. They're going to mop that up a little bit. 1:04 remain. And it's still the 2-point advantage for the Golden Eagles, who will be on defense. Inbounding. Far side. A shot by him short. Rebound, Big Cam. Pollock shot a lot lately.
See, now they only got 4 fouls. They're going to have to foul 3 times to put Jacobs on the foul line.
Nick, there's one. There's one with 52 seconds remaining. That's team foul 5. Ross will inbound. Golden Eagles by 2. 39-37. 52 seconds remain. They're going to pick up another foul right now.
They're fouling.
Just might as well do it.
Yep.
It's going to be the foul, Tucker. That's number 6.
At least they got him in shooting now. Now they can trap. They don't have to foul if they want to try to trap and get a steal for 10 seconds or so before they put him on the foul line.
48.5 seconds remain. Ross, slap of the basketball, looking, dishing to Big Cam. They'll foul Cam. And they do. That will set up the 1-and-1 for Kretwig to go to the free throw line. He's got 14 points on the night.
I don't want to jinx him. Cameron hasn't got the greatest free throw percentage for the year, but I'll tell you what, when the game's on the line, he usually puts them in. So let's hope that holds true.
His team's up by 2. He's got the 1 end. 47 seconds remain in regulations here at South Elgin High School. Big Cam, the 6'8", 270-pounder, bends the knees, sights it, shoots it, long. Karam taken down by Tucker. Tucker will go all the way. His shot floats in. We're tied. Tucker has tied it. We've got 8. 39, 35 seconds remain.
Let's see what we get here.
Balcom still in backcourt with 32 seconds. Across the timeline, half-minute remain. Knotted at 39. Phillips. Randall. Far side, Ross. 22 seconds on the timepiece. Balcom. Big Nick. Far side dribble with 17. Timeout right there with 15 seconds remaining in regulation. We're tied at 39. Golden Eagles timeout, boys.
Wow.
This is what it's all about.
Phew.
19 seconds, 15 seconds actually.
Coach Benson saw me before the game, and he said first team to 43 wins. He could be just a little short. Looks like the first team to 41 is going to be the team that does
call.
it.
Or 40.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about.
What would you run here, Coach? What would you run?
Well, I get the ball into Cameron. There's only one way to go.
You got to go to your big guy.
You got to go into Cameron. Let's put the game on his shoulders right now, and he's got to make the right decision then if he gets double and triple teamed down there. There's pressure on both teams. There's pressure on those 3 guys in stripes right there, too.
Oh, yeah.
This is a big moment for them. They want to make sure that this game is decided by the kids on the floor and not by some call that they may or may not make. So that pressure's on them as well.
All right, that'll set the stage for us. The Golden Eagles with the basketball at the line. Butler didn't make it earlier, so it's going to be Randall inbounding far side. 15 seconds remain in regulation. Randall will inbound and will take it from there. Randall to Balcom. Balcom back across the timeline with 11. Balcom, Kyle Ross with 9. Ross to big Cam. He's out onside with 6. Spin move by Cam. Into the lane, Cam shot, no. Rebound taken down by the Barbs. 9/10 of a second remain.
Call a timeout.
The Barbs the timeout. 9/10 remain. A dribble drive into the lane by Big Cam did not go.
Well, they got what they wanted. They got what they should have gotten, and it was good defensive play, good offense. Everything was done well by the kids. You know, it just didn't score. DeKalb did a great job defensively. Jacobs got the ball where they wanted to get it.
1.4 seconds on the clock.
Add 5/10.
Yeah, it'd been nicer if Cameron could have got that ball down on the block, but he had to come out a little bit to get that, and that took away the moves he has underneath.
So 1.4, as Kyle pointed out. They'd have to go to the length of the court, do the Barbs, as we're still tied at 39.
Well, the ball takes no time off the clock if you throw it the length of the court, so we'll be anxious. Every team has a couple plays, whether you call it home run, whatever you call it, that you can score. There's time to throw that pass in. There actually is time at 1.4. You can throw and hit the one guy, catch the pass and turn and shoot, or actually he can catch and tip pass to another man, and that man can shoot. There's more time than you think. There's always a set play you can run in this situation, so I'm anxious to see what DeKalb has going for him. You know, Christian Leitner, that's more than enough time for him.
Gosh, yeah.
And every team has a play, whatever you call it, we always call it home run. Every team has a play to run in this exact situation.
Looks like they're going to bring Nick Snow in. Snow is 6'3" senior. He might be the inbounder. Let's see if Snow is out there. Yeah, we do see him. He's at center court. So Tucker will inbound.
We got nobody coming up here in the fourth.
No, they're going to throw it length.
All right, here we go. Look for baseball toss. Here it's going to be looking. Here comes that toss right now. It is going to be Pollock from center court. Short. Going overtime. Bowie.
He didn't want to go home early yet anyway.
We talked about that overtime with 5 minutes to go in the game, didn't we?
We did indeed. He did. 39-39. We're all tied. Let's play 4 more minutes at least, Coach.
Absolutely. Why not?
Oh, hell, let's have a triple overtime.
I got nowhere else to go. The riverboat is on the way from here to get to my home. I do have to pass by the Elgin riverboat.
And they are open 24
They are open
24/7,
yes.
You do live a good social life, Coach.
You're going down to the Hinkle wing.
Yeah.
Any advantage for any team? Would you see anything, the Barbs, because they came back?
I don't think anyone, fouls are about the same. There's no one single player in foul trouble. Truthfully, anyone's ball game. I don't see the momentum going either way right now.
The Golden Eagles are ready to go first. They're back out there early as we approach the overtime stanza of 4 minutes. A lot more time in the huddle for the Barbs.
Well, they haven't sounded the horn yet, so. Barb's going to take as much time as they'll allow him.
Will jump center. Again, you see 2 big guys here. Take a look at these guys, because this says these are talented men. Luke Davis, number 25 for the Barbs, and Big Cam, just a junior. You'll see him next year at the high school level. And here we go in OT.
That battle has not disappointed. Those 2 big men have played exceptionally well against one another.
Off the referee.
He did, and saved by the Barbs. Good call, Kyle. That was off the ankle of the referee.
Good hustle.
Yeah. You often see that. Out on top of the basketball, Pollock. Joey back in there. Mitchell. Going to try to get it down to Davis, maybe. To Pollock. Pollock likes to shoot, and he's going to have it stolen. Does have it stolen, and it's going to be a foul.
On Jacobs.
I'm sure
No. Jacobs going to the foul line.
DeKalb the foul, Kyle. Pollock's had some good shots to get him back into the game, but in the waning moments, his shots have been struggling a bit. That time he lost it.
Took turns turning it over that time.
Phillips has 8 points out of the night. He'll go to the line for the one end. His first one, good.
Nice shot. Big shot by the sophomore.
40-39. First one to 43 wins. Is that right, Coach?
That's what we
just
said.
happened. Second toss by the sophomore Phillips. Good. He's got 10. 2-point advantage for the Golden Eagles of Jacobs High School. Far side with the basketball. Joey. Dish it. Now dribble drive, Tucker. Big Luke. Shot, yeah. Great pass. Great pass.
Nice drive, good pass, and a right-handed finish by the big man again.
4 of his 6 baskets right-handed. 41-41, a steal. Going back the other way, 2-on-1. Mitchell, Robert, shot, no.
Great defense by Ross.
Here comes Phillips. Ryan Phillips the other way, shot, yes. Phillips has got 12. Golden Eagles by 2, 43-41. Well, they've hit 43.
That was outstanding defense by Ross, and then a great finish by the sophomore from Jacobs.
2:50 remain in OT. Dribble drive. Make it Mitchell. Mitchell brings it out. Land of 3. Pollock from downtown. Rim it, no. Let Pollock shoot. I'm sure Coach might be saying, here comes Kyle Ross. The Golden Eagles lead by 2. Far side with the basketball. Phillips is hot. Get it back now, they do. Near side dish, Kyle Ross. 2:20 remain. 43-41, Golden Eagles. We're in overtime. Big Cam. Is it Cam time? He'll spin it. Land of 3.
Big bucket.
3 points. Goes for Balcom. And they've got the advantage now.
Sophomores are coming through for Jacobs.
46-41. Phillips, Balcom have gotten the points. Dribble drive, tough shot, land of whistle before all this.
Foul on Jacob.
You'll remember that moment where Robert Mitchell has the breakaway where Balcom, the good defense, it swung back the other way from that point. It would have given the Barbs the lead. Instead, the defense of the Golden Eagles responded in offensive form, and they've got the 5-point advantage. 1:55 remain. Tucker at the line, yes. He'll have a second. 11 points for Tucker. 46-42. Barbs trail by 4. Second one is no good. Karam taken out by Big Cam. 4-point advantage. 1:50 remain in the OT. Golden Eagles 46. The Barbs of DeKalb 42. The winner will play next Tuesday. Cam, backward dish. Phillips, they don't have to score. They just have to hang on to the basketball. 1:35 remain. Phillips almost turned it over. In a crowd, he'll dish it now to Randall. Randall needs some help. One dribble. Ross. Kyle gets it again, spins around. 1:22 on the timepiece. Ross, dish it near side, and there is going to be a timeout. 1:19 remain in the first overtime. 46-42, Golden Eagles by 4.
Yeah, that key play you mentioned was when DeKalb had what looked like a breakaway, and Ross didn't give up on the play. Went down and made a great defensive play. The bucket would have given DeKalb the lead, and Ross stopped the bucket, and we scored at the other end with Phillips coming through at the other end. And that was a turning point of this overtime.
That was. Exciting action, 46-42. We're glad you're along. Jeff, been fighting the flu here for the last week. How you hanging in there, Jeff?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you, guys. With you guys around, I'm all right.
You got a voice now, but 3 seconds after this ball game,
right.
It'll be gone.
Per chance.
You're hanging on.
But it is fun. It's a great night, just as you anticipated, Coach.
It's been a great night. It's been a great season of basketball, and I want to express my thanks right now to Kyle and to Jeff, both of you, for allowing me to be part of this broadcast. It's been really fun, and no better way to enjoy the game.
Oh, it's been our treat to have you with us, Coach. And we thank Ben Erickson, of course, for the opportunity on Beacon Academy to make this all happen. Kyle says he's going to take you to dinner one night.
On just dime.
Here we go. 1:19 remain. In OT. Randall, far side inbounding to Big Cam.
They're just going to hang on to it, I'm sure.
They might want to think about fouling right there if they wanted. Luke Davis out there. Can't get the steal away. We're down to 108. It's a 4-point advantage for the Golden Eagles down, and there's going to be a trip. A foul against the Barbs.
They almost got the turnover.
Fouls on Calvin 32, Snow, his third, Keysner.
It's going to be a foul on Nick Snow.
First shot.
Bolcom 1 in bonus. 1:05 remain.
Another opportunity for the sophomore to shine. He hit that big three.
He did indeed. This one is
Yeah. Nice job, young man.
good. Yeah, makes it 47-42. Golden Eagles. Here comes the second free throw by Nick, the 6'2 sophomore. This one short. Rebound tapped around and taken down by a scrapping Golden Eagles.
Randall.
The place is going crazy. Randall saved it. We're now down under a minute and another foul. The Golden Eagles are beginning to sense it now, and Algonquin go crazy potentially right now.
Absolutely. Big play by Randall.
57.6 seconds remain. We'll go to the line again.
First shot.
And now we get two shots. Got
it
the
is,
bonus.
yeah, the bonus is right there. So a two-shot situation. This one good for Bolcom. 48-42, a 6-point advantage. Here's the second free throw. This one is good. That sophomore cool as a cucumber, as you said. 49-42.
Great job.
The Barbs trail by 7. 52 seconds remain. Pollock from downtown. Yeah, he hit it there. Pollock can shoot. He missed a lot of key ones down the stretch, but he can shoot, Coach. 49-45.
Not over.
Far from over
It's
again.
not over.
Never over till
It's over.
the chubby lady
That's right.
prudes. Yeah,
That's what Yogi says.
that's right. Whew.
Exciting action. Again,
And the 21 cheerleaders from Jacobs are lined up on the
Yeah,
floor.
once again, they're getting good airtime tonight.
Yeah.
21 cheerleaders. Sounds like an old Western.
that was a Gunsmoke special, I think.
Oh, it's been a great night. There's no question about that. Both teams played so well, so exciting.
And they both had a great season. Jacobs came in 21-6, and DeKalb 24-4. I believe.
Barbs are your number one seed of this
Absolutely.
regional.
Yeah, well, those seeds, it's very tough to seed at the end of the year. There are many teams in this sub-sectional that equal, and so this has just been a good game with two good teams. Seeding's out the window, and the Barbs have nothing to be ashamed of, that, and there's still time. So this game isn't over yet.
Should they, if they don't steal, foul immediately, Coach?
Oh yeah, they gotta maybe trap once, and if they don't get that trap, then they gotta foul.
All right, here we go. There's a foul right there. Ryan Phillips will go to the line for two.
Chance for the other sophomore to put him on the board.
That's great. 48.1 seconds remain in OT.
This game is doing nothing but making Jacobs, aside from winning a regional,
A strong
this
team next
young
year.
team's
Yeah.
really growing up tonight, and they're going to be a power in the area, if not the state next year.
Well said. There's the first of the two by Phillips. No. It's not over yet. 49-45. Jacobs. Davis returns. He wasn't in there for the foul situation. Second toss by Ryan Phillips.
Caleb Olberg, a name we haven't heard, is in for DeKalb.
All right, must be a
three-pointer.
Three-point guy, yeah. Here we go. Pollock will shoot from anywhere. He can't get a shot away with 40 seconds. He'll try once again. Pollock, can he get closer? He so far can't do it. The new guy will take a wing popper. That's going to be way off. Rebound. Big Cam, and he's fouled. 30.4 seconds remain. Big Cam Krutwig will go to the line for 2 shots. Talk about pressure, Kyle. That's like when you used to play. Last few seconds of the game, get in there, kid.
Get in there, see what I can do. I didn't do a whole lot.
Caleb Olberg, like you said. Krutwig at the line. Cam with 14 points on the night. Yes, he's got it. 51-45, Golden Eagles. 15 points for Cam. This would still set the stage for 2 threes to tie.
Forget about it.
Second one, just trying to point out.
It's over, baby.
It
is over.
It's over, baby.
Light the cigar, Jimmy.
Right on round ball. Here's going to be Pollock. Can he get the shot away? He'll get a desperation away. Rim it, no. Cam the board. Start lighting up now, Coach. Cam will be fouled. 16.3 seconds remaining. All right, as one, Algonquin and Jacobs High School. Stand up and count your troops.
Absolutely. A regional title for the Golden Eagles next Tuesday at Rock Valley. Be there.
The crowd responded well.
Hey, right on cue. That rehearsal went well.
Second one by Cam. Swish. He's got 17. Don't worry now. 53-45. Jacob's season will continue. Getting vocal now. It's almost like we picked up a couple hundred there in the last few minutes. Krutwig, second one. Again, we might get a quick word from Jimmy Roberts, but I'm sure the place is going to go chaotic in a moment.
Yeah, we might.
Second one.
They'll try to get him up here. I don't know if they'll be successful or not.
54-45. It's going to be Tucker for 3. Tucker now has 14. 54-48, 7.7 seconds remain. Timeout by the bar. Well, actually, now here we go. Inbound. See if they foul or just let them play.
They're not going to foul.
It's going to be all over. First to 54 is the win. And that's it. 54-48. It is going to be Jacobs Golden Eagles advancing to play another day and winning the regional here at South Elgin High School on this Friday in March.
We had some sophomores grow up tonight. We had Cameron Krutwig in the middle that was top flight. They had a great game. Jacob started out a little shaky. We had some turnovers. I thought Cale came in and did a great job of settling the team down. And then when the sophomores got back in, they really showed what they're made of. It was a great win for Jacobs, and we're on to the sectional next week.
Yeah, exciting. No question about that.
And just a couple of results at Crystal Lake South. It was Prairie Ridge 56 over Rockford Jefferson 56-36. We'll find out what happened with
Prairie Ridge awfully strong this year, Coach.
Prairie Ridge, nice ball club. That's 2 teams in the Fox Valley continuing on, so that makes me excited. I'm happy to see that for the old conference.
And Auburn over Hononegah 41-32, so they're advancing on. And finally, the score out of St. Charles East is St. Charles East 58, Batavia 41.
Both Batavia and Geneva losing out. Batavia and Geneva.
Wow.
That's something. So that means Auburn, does it not, Kyle?
Auburn will take on Jacobs.
Jacobs, okay.
St. Charles East finally gets out of the region. They've had a great team for 2 or 3 years in a row and haven't been able to break through Batavia or Geneva, and this year they're getting their opportunity.
And Prairie Ridge will take on St. Charles East in that Rock Valley section. The winner of that section will then move on to Hoffman Estates Sears Center for the Super Sectional. So there are your 4 teams for the Rock Valley sectional.
That's incredible. Can you imagine a Super Sectional so close to your home? The Sears Center for everybody.
That's great. That's great.
Here it comes.
I'll be back from Santa Anita by then.
Hey. There's a celebration.
And they're bringing the ladder out and getting the scissors ready. Actually, I think the school officials now take the net down.
Yeah, I think they've got some rules on that to prevent any injury or anything foolish from happening.
So a sweet night. Coach, how do you feel?
Oh, I'm excited. I feel so good. And I feel for Coach Al and DeKalb. I know the feelings he's going through, and I know the feelings that Coach Roberts are going through. It's just the height and the, as high as you can go and as low as you can go all at the same time. And I'm really excited to see the Golden Eagles go on to the next step. Even though Jacobs has numerous regional titles, Jacobs never made that step to a sectional title, so maybe this is the team that can do it. So we'll be rooting for them and hope that maybe this is the year we break through that sectional jinx.
That's great. It's a great possibility. Auburn's always a tough team, Rockford Auburn. They've ended Kyle, we recall they ended the Larkin season in 13, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
So it can be always a battle.
Will be. And, one of those two teams, we got two Fox Valley teams in that sectional. So, I'd love to see that Prairie Ridge Jacobs match up again. Since Prairie Ridge really handed Jacobs its hat in the crossover championship with the Fox Valley. So it'd be a nice battle to see them go at it again. But first things first, Tuesday night for the Golden Eagles. The kids are raising up camera. They picked the wrong guy to put on their shoulders. They're trying to put Crudwig on their shoulders, but nobody can hold him up there, 270 pounds. They better get one of those sophomores.
You might succeed, but you'll never walk again.
Yeah, really. You got to save all your players. Can't have any injuries.
That's a great moment. Always fun to see this. That's why we're keeping on a little bit longer.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if we'll get Coach Roberts up here or not. I talked to him today, and I also talked to Timmy, one of his assistants, Moran, and he said he would remind him. But, you get caught up in the moment.
Yeah, it's a special moment.
We may and may not get him up here. I know we're not going to be on the air much longer.
We were just trying to live off of your charm on that because it's a great moment for the coach to enjoy
they're enjoying that moment down there.
So, Kyle, I'm going to say we'll probably not wait. We'll have final thoughts from you guys.
I think it's just going to be a great sectional. You folks get a chance to head on out to Rock Valley next week. 4 great teams, as they all are, no matter what size school you're in. It's always fun this time of the year. And, Jeff, we remember back the days we used to go down to Champaign all the time to watch all the state finals. And we probably did a few games down there.
Yeah, we did every year broadcast-wise from 81 to 94. It was exciting. We've been to Peoria a couple times since then. Great times. As you know, Coach, great times.
I always just like watching the games in the Assembly Hall. I've been to Peoria, but you know what? There's still nothing like watching it at Old Assembly Hall.
You sound like one of us old coaches, I
am old.
It lost a little luster for many of us when it moved out of Champaign, although it's still up for, it's a great time. It's a great event. And hopefully we can see our local teams get down there. But it all starts at Rock Valley. So we'll go out to Rock Valley. And fortunately, I know the last 3 times that Jacobs has won regionals, we've lost to Boylan in the sectional every time. Fortunately, Boylan's down at 3A this year.
Incredible.
So we don't have to play Boylan.
Those Titans are tough.
I know. It's just so it'd be nice to face someone other than Boylan. And Auburn will be a tough task, though.
Yeah, they're historically always tough. Well, James Hinkle, we appreciate all the participation that you brought to the booth for the run that we had here in enjoying the South Elgin Regional.
Thank you for the invite. I've really enjoyed the time with you and Kyle. It's been it's made the season a lot more fun for me rather than just sitting in the stands and watching. I get to talk to someone and talk about basketball, and that's a fun thing to do.
In the last couple of years, you were just talking to your little recorder, weren't you?
Last couple of years, I was probably spending too much time at the riverboat. So.
Now he'll be talking to the horses.
There you go.
Now I'm Mr. Ed.
Yeah, here you go.
Kyle, good work. We're going to get out of here. Ben
Let's
Erickson, as always. Tom and company, great Beacon Academy students. Couldn't do without them. They creating some of the great future broadcasters of our time. That's Beacon Academy in South Elgin High School. For Kyle Bault, for Coach Jim, I'm Jeff Myers. Once again, congratulations your Jacobs Golden Eagles advance to play another day. They are the regional championship here at South Elgin High School. For everyone here, we'll see you next time.